What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Kung Fu Episode 2 review, breakdown, and recap. It was a bit of a slower pace this week after last week's episode, which, to be honest, felt very rushed and could have been almost 3 episodes. But this week we see Nikki play detective and problem solver with almost no Kung Fu, which is an absolute shame as, you know, that's the show's title. I said in last week's video that the most interesting part of the show is the mystery of the great weapons and Nikki's time in China, but here we are in a typical CW family drama. But I do think that the show does have a lot of potential. We open with Nikki having a long overdue welcome home breakfast, only for it to seem far too perfect. The biggest giveaway was her mother accepting she's not going back to law school almost instantly, and then flashes to her teacher being killed once more. Creepily, that she is actually talking to her ex as she stalks him when he's going running and wants to know the progress of the investigation into the assassin, and he's like, damn, it's 6 a.m. However, she remembers the necklace that the assassin wore, and well, I feel like each episode will have a drip feed of info about the killer, and at the end we get a tiny tidbit which I'm really not a fan of. I want this to be more about that, and I think that they have already made a misstep here, in my opinion, making it completely family focused, but let's be honest, it is the CW. However, she does take this image to Henry for him to work out, and, well, he doesn't do that until the end of the episode, and is urged to train by him, except she has to go bridesmaid shopping, which, yes, I was a bit confused as I thought the wedding was last week. Yeah, I'll admit that, as her full extent of the attack in China is laid bare, as Nikki's sister learns that she was hurt in an attack, and Nikki's very rude to her, saying how she has a fairy tale life, and Nikki reminds her that, yeah, a lot has changed, and I feel like there's some interesting story there that will actually come out in the next few episodes, and her sister is a lot more fleshed out and not just an airhead, which I personally really like, as she goes to train in the park, and she's doing it in jeans. Yeah, that's just me. I thought that was a bit uncomfortable there for her, as she comes across a woman getting attacked, which really does serve as the main plot line of this entire episode, the savior of the week, for lack of a better term. She seemingly saves her despite the girl having a gun, but the girl runs off as she fights, and, well, she asks for help from her ex to find this girl. It seems so weird that he is at her beck and call, despite him, you know, having a girlfriend and them, splitting up. It seems so odd to me, and the writing is a bit coincidental and very convenient on all of the times here. But he does offer to help, and I think it's by this point he's always ambushed by her, so it's just, you know, easier to say yes. Poor guy, as Nikki is reminded by her dad of a game they had years ago that they want to continue, but of course she would later let him down. She's trying to juggle the life of being some kind of odd task of vigilante while fixing the scars caused by her sudden disappearance from a monastery a few years ago. However, she mentioned that this is what her sisters did at the monastery. They would go out and help people in need, which I think is pretty cool. I think it would have been a better story if she wandered around China and Asia as a whole, locating her teacher's killer, but then also actually picking up odd jobs on the way, which I kind of thought what this show would be about. I didn't watch the trailer before going into it. However, while talking to Henry, she soon manages to come across the girl from earlier, and we learn the full picture. We learn how the girl's mother is sick and her boyfriend slowly took over her life, and there was a power of attorney over her, and he's stealing the money from a settlement and using it to play cards. Now, Nikki, being the good Samaritan, takes her home for food to feed her, as her sister is testing out wedding cakes, as her brother is told what really happened, and she was supposed to get her dad to come over to Ryan to get checked over, and I feel like there's a really deep storyline there soon, as Nikki learns also the girl and her mother can qualify for housing support, as she heads home to tell her mother, as Derek also comes home and he kicks off, and Nikki, while this was going on, missed the game night with her father, And I really feel like he's going to croak it soon, as it turns out that Derek has stolen all of the cash of the mothers to play cards. One thing I thought was ridiculous was not the hacking, which turned out to be just, password guessing, but how Nikki rocked up to what I presume is an illegal poker game and manages to go, hey, wait, that's my mate's money. Beat up 2 guards using only just 2 bits of kung fu in the episode that we got, and the guy who's running the game is like, hand it over. And I mean, what? There's like no fallout of them busting a huge gangster last episode. However, the day is saved and she remedies it with her father setting up a new game, signifying she's not going to go anywhere, except we later learn the necklace at the start is a symbol of one of the 8 families who guard the weapons. It explains why Nikki couldn't hold the sword, as she's not of that bloodline, and the only expert on these weapons, who is a professor at Berkeley, is in Singapore, meaning the assassin is heading there and is also the sister of Nikki's master. I mean, this was the best part of the episode, as we see the sister confront the scholar, and to be honest, this is what the show should be in my opinion. But let me know what you think down below on the episode. Did you enjoy it? Have you enjoyed the first episode? I'd love to hear it, because all I got was people hating on the show in the first video I did in the comment section. But that is it. I'll see you soon, and goodbye.